Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Did hit actually my support area here yesterday. We talked about the 2130 level and saw a temporary bounce. That's what these support areas are for. However, the bounce here that we've seen was to a degree expected. That's why I put this dotted line onto the chart yesterday in yesterday's video. And I showed you as well here the Fibonacci levels where on this way down we could get a bounce. And the 2130 level was the 78.6 retracement, because as we talked about in yesterday's video, it is still very much possible that it's getting a higher B wave here, as a larger A, B, C structure, and that's likely as long as we stay above 2130. That's typically what you can get. For example, if Bitcoin and Ethereum put their extensions in, this here could have been a basically just the A wave of the larger B wave. We came down in the B wave of the B wave, a 3-wave move. As you can see, we only have 3 waves yet, and then we could get a larger B wave. That's a possibility. I mean, there are, like, on the higher, let's say, bigger picture, two main scenarios we've got. We've got the scenario that we are now here in an somehow ABC structure, however that is going to play out, and that we will get into this area. This is for me the next high probability trade setup. Until then, it's a bit nebulous. We're just moving in a range. Okay, that's also exactly the idea why I intentionally did not switch off my grid bot. So I switched. I still have my Solana 1 running because there is the potential that we go a bit higher. But at the moment, I keep the bot, like, with my positions as well as a spot trading grid bot, and it's trading the range, and I might add to it if it goes a little lower. So just trading the range as I would normally do it just by using a grid bot. So this can trade here the ups and downs if we bounce a little bit further in the range. But yeah, it's coming down still. There is no strong reversal signal yet. It's really, as I highlighted to you yesterday, the range here between, at the moment, 2130, because we got a bounce there. That was the 78.6 fib level, and this important level at 2430, where we found resistance before several times, and maybe on the way up we break it temporarily, but then we are directly in the next resistance area. So I don't have a clear trade setup here at the moment, unless you really want to trade the extremes in this range, and you can expand the range a little bit. I mean, we've got here, in my opinion, a smaller range between 2130, where we found support here, and it is the 78.6 retracement. We found a bounce now, or we found support there temporarily. Could now go to 2430. That would be the next resistance. If we break above that, you've got this 2686 level. As you can see, we had resistance there several times before, at least here in that area. And prices are too dynamic to give one particular price, so it's a bit of a range anyway. As you can see here, it's this. It's basically this entire range that we've got. The resistance area. Okay, so be prepared that we will face some headwinds if we get there again. But there is not really, the path is down very short term, but within a larger uptrend. So as I said to you before, across the market at the moment, I would be careful with short trades, just because the trend may have shifted to the upside here. Okay. And here at the moment there is no clear setup anyway, unless you speculated for a bounce at a 78.6 retracement and bought in down here, but at the moment it's still, as you can clearly see, the path is still down. You can probably even add a trend channel to the downside here, and it hasn't even broken above that, or it might have actually, but depending on how I draw the trend line, let me just adjust that a little bit, because we want to have as many touch points as possible. Then it looks a little bit like maybe we broke out. But this is really on the micro level that probably is best for the grid bot to trade anyway. So either way, at the moment I see no reason to change this particular wave count. I did tell you though that I will have to change the count possibly if we break above the 2430 level, because then this 1-2 setup will get challenged. But until then, this could still be, for example, the 1-2 of the third wave. So as you know, these movements don't happen in one direct line. Also, the subwaves have further subwaves, and nothing is going to drop in a straight line, of course. So so far it's looking good. It's adhering to the levels, and the market is probably, at the moment, it's still in a downtrend, in a local downtrend here since this top. If it's turning around the local downtrend into a local uptrend, it would not change the higher level expectation of us being in this wave 2, because the B wave can extend out a bit further. It's really only if we break above 29.48 that something much more bullish is going on. So clear primary expectation, we are in the wave 2, but note that it can take some time to get there. And we could get a little bit of up and down in here. This is just a typical volatility in the crypto market. And I would try to trade the just sort of the support areas and resistance areas, yeah, and not try to trade every little wave. You will burn your portfolio, especially if you don't have the risk management that you need. But yeah, that's sort of where we are. I think I'm waiting here for it to get into this area. I've got my grid bot eating it up anyway if it goes up, so I'm happy with that. Other than that, just a bit of patience and to see what it's doing here now in the short term. If we have a strong signal, it's going higher. But even then, even as soon as we have a signal here that it's sort of giving us an extended B wave, then we can watch here for resistance in this area. Yeah, possibly then at 29.48, and that might then become a short trade possibility. So that would be the next high probability setup I'd be watching out for, because if it gives us an extended B wave, it should in all likelihood go above the previous wave B high and should see a reaction to 29.48, and then it should be a possible short trade setup from here. But again, make sure you have your tactics in place. I mean, I often see people just, let's say, aping in, but all technical analysis, all TA, won't give you any benefit if you don't have your strategy and tactics and risk management in place. Yeah, I did write that yesterday in a reply to a comment of someone, that all the TA. I mean, I'm giving you, this is sort of part of my work. Yeah, I'm giving you the tools, at least part of the tools. Yeah, this is technical analysis. It's not trading. So when you trade yourself, it depends on your portfolio. It depends on your trading plan. Everybody should have a trading plan. You need to have a strategy, a plan. You need to know what you're doing. And let's say you just short into an active uptrend. I mean, without a confirmation that the trend has changed, you can do that, but then have your risk management in place. Yeah. So I see, you still need the trading tactics. All TA doesn't really help you without the tactics in place. Yeah. And it's a bit like, if someone wants to build a house, you can't just start to build a house with a plan. You have a plan, but you still can't build a house. You need all the skills. You need to know what you do, right? So maybe a little bit, understand it a little bit like that. It's still, trading is a skill that needs to be learned as well. It is what it is. It takes work, guys. It takes work. However, it takes less work if you just trade the larger waves and have your risk management in place. I mean, that's the basics, the risk management, setting a stop loss and being able to calculate your position size. But that's sort of where we are here at the moment, basically between support and resistance, and it's just basically in the middle. So let's see, I gave you some ideas about setups, so let's see what Solana does over the weekend and next week. Okay, that's my idea. That's my idea. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.